So this game actually released. Star Wars Hunters, I gotta admit, I was waiting for this one. I was really interested in how this game is going to turn up and also if this game is even going to see the light of day. It feels like it was announced ages ago, a mobile game that also for some reason releases on Switch, strictly multiplayer PvP game. Usually these types of games don't really live a long life and they leave a lot to wish for. Most of them get shut down after a really short period of time, with an exception of few games like PUBG Mobile or COD Mobile. But this one has a branding behind it. It's Star Wars, so how is it? Well, we start from this. I had no expectations coming personally towards this game and I kinda doubt anyone had any. This is a free-to-play mobile game full of microtransactions and for some reason it was also released on Switch. The game is a third-person perspective shooter, but not only, because you also get classes of the characters that don't use weapons, like Wookiee for an example. He is a only melee character, or Jedi or Sith that use only lightsabers. We get 4 modes to play, but there is a slight problem with that. You see, you get 4 playable modes, but you don't get to choose which mode you want to play. The game will decide for you and throw you randomly into the match. Also, you don't have all the modes unlocked from the beginning. You have to work your way towards unlocking new modes. Firstly, you will only have Squad Brawl and later you will unlock the other ones. The modes are Squad Brawl, which is your regular as deathmatch that is going to last till first team is going to reach 20 kills. This team is going to win. Power Control, which is your typical domination, capture the flag mode. Dynamic Control, capture rotating points. The Trophy Chase, which is a catch your droid and hold onto it till the meter is going to reach 100, which is a basically run around with a flag mode. And there's also a ranked play game. But to unlock the Trophy Chase, for an example, you will have to reach level 11th until the game will even allow you to play it. And also after unlocking certain modes, like for an example Power Control, the game would only throw me into this one certain mode, not allowing me to play simple Squad Brawl when I wanted to. You may ask, how is the gameplay? It's something that I wouldn't label bad, but definitely feels clunky. Sometimes it's hard to aim or control your character and feels like there's no precision in this game. It definitely could use some more polish than it currently has. For an example, this is something that you will be able to do with your character and it just feels cheap even for a mobile game. Personally, I played on Switch and I had some problems getting used to the game. The biggest problem that I've encountered playing the game is input lag. Where I pressed the button on my Joy-Cons, the game wouldn't even acknowledge it at times. Sometimes I would have to press the same button 2 or 3 times for the game to even register it. I never had this problem on Switch playing different games, for those wondering if this may be a Joy-Con problem. Sometimes the game will also choose out of the random to aim support you when you don't really want to, because the crosshair is constantly on screen. You don't have to start aiming for the crosshair to appear. So there are situations when you are just running forward and the game will just readjust your position because the aim support is going to glue your crosshair to the someone that is running on your side. I also tried a mobile version. The mobile version plays similarly to the Switch one, but instead of you shooting a weapon, the weapon is going to fire automatically as soon as your crosshair is going to touch the enemy. Both versions will run more or less the same in terms of performance, and you can feel that frame rate is sometimes really low. Moving on from the problems, there are a few maps we get to play on. So far there's 5. And every map has its own feel to it. Mos Espa Pod Race, Ewok Village, Death Star Crossfire, Vendor Railyard, and Dune Sea Outpost. Maps are really small, after all you're playing 4v4 matches, but in modes like Squad Brawl, most of the time everyone is just going to stand in the middle of the map shooting each other, and the rest of the map becomes just clear and unused for the most part. It changes in other modes where game forces you to run around, like for an example capturing points, etc. My favorite map so far I think was Ewok's Village. As for the characters, we get few of them to play and all of them have different skills to use, some more exciting than others. Wookiee for an example can throw the boulder and kill the enemies, and Xayna can put the flag down and start healing everyone. You have your typical shooter Imara Vex as your first unlock, 2 healers Xayna and Skora, Wookiee and Sentinel which serve as tanks, ranks, where Wookiee is a melee base and Sentinel has minigun at his disposal, Jedi and Sith, and few more. Plenty to choose from, but there is a catch. No, you don't have to pay for them, but you have to play, and with time, as you level up, collect coins from the challenges to unlock them all. The problem is that you get one character on start and then you progress to unlock the other ones, and on and on. As I progressed and unlocked more characters, about 4 of them, it turned out that I was sometimes forced to play with characters that I absolutely hate playing as, because the game doesn't allow the team to choose the same character more than once. So you get stuck playing as the one that you absolutely suck as. For me it was Wookiee, and here comes in microtransactions. If you don't want to be forced to play as characters that you absolutely don't like to play as, you can spend money and unlock the characters without grind. 1,000 purple crystals per character, which is in around $10. Doesn't matter how far in unlocking or order the character is, you can unlock it at the same price of 1,000 crystals, which is kind of tempting for people. Oh, I don't have to grind for like 10 other characters, or I don't have to unlock them for money in order. The same price is for every single character. I can unlock the last one, I can unlock the Sith, which most people are going to want to play as. This is how designed the microtransactions is. But as for any mobile game, you have multiple currencies, so you may get lost. We have crystals, premium currency, unlocks characters, etc. We also have gold coins, which currency that we receive in the game, and sometimes you can unlock something with it, but so far we have like 2 items in the shop that you can obtain with these. We also have other coins that we receive from challenges, and they are used to unlock the characters, so it serves more like an additional XP bar than coins. And finally we get this triangular thingies, coins, that you use to push the Arena Pass, and Arena Pass is $10, and yes, it is a battle pass. With some skins to unlock, and currency and victory poses, personally, I think the microtransactions in this game aren't really predatory. Sure, feels like the progression is constructed in the way to encourage you to spend your real money to unlock stuff quicker, and when I finally started playing with people, because like there's no proof, but first couple of matches or so I felt like I was playing only with bots, and then I started playing with real people. Later I finally saw the people who actually paid for the characters to unlock them, so the game is already making money. And here I've come to the conclusion that for a mobile game, it's a fine attempt, even if there are problems with it, and definitely will make some money. The shop in the game has some skins from day one, definitely more than Suicide Squad had in day one, and some of them look decent. Other ones are just color swaps, but you can buy bundles where you don't really have to play with the currencies around. You just pay the real life money and you get the bundles. Last point that I have to mention is graphics. Look at this, and now look at this. You're gonna love when they present to you a game that looks beautifully on the trailers, that is supposed to be a gameplay showcase, but the final product looks like that. This is probably worse than the Watch Dogs situation, and yeah, I can hear everyone say, oh, it's a mobile game, why do you expect good graphics? Well, because the game was kinda advertised like that, so I'd assume it would look at least close in some capacity to the things that was in the advertisement. Games can look great on mobile. Look at Fortnite or COD Mobile, and this game unfortunately is so low res that it actually hurts my eyes. It looks bad on both mobile and Switch. Hell, it looks even bad on BlueStacks when you are going to start it on PC. And at this point I have some serious questions to the creators and publisher of this game. Why not just release full PC edition of this game on Steam and allow people to play it and spend their hard-earned money? The game is playable on PC anyways. Just turn on the BlueStacks and you are going to be able to play the game using mouse and keyboard. It feels like there is a whole build support for it. And thinking about it, a lot of people probably do use BlueStacks to play this game. That's why in the later levels it feels like someone is mopping the floor with you, and others on the same levels just stand around looking at the walls, searching for a way to turn around. I seriously don't know why this game looks so bad in terms of graphics, but if it was on PC or maybe some console ports outside of Switch, maybe it would actually manage to look as it was advertised in the trailers. And maybe it would find its larger player base, because the game is not really bad. It's unpolished, but it's actually pretty decent if you have some few minutes to kill. So far, I'm indifferent about it. Like I said, the game isn't bad. It's kind of decent, but it didn't really do anything to get me hooked up and keep me for a longer period of time. So you may try it. It's free to play if you have the possibility. If your phone manages to start the game, if you have Switch, you may give it a try. It's okay for a while, but I don't know if I'm going to be coming back to it. That's all for me. Bye.